Individuals are having conversations with the police. A lot of these officers are, or excuse me, a lot of these people are trying to be done with their protest. We heard them say, we'll be back, another
Oh,
day.
yo, what up, chat?
And it seemed like they were trying to seek for a location out of downtown. And at this point, they are not able to find one through these several blocks that they've walked down.
What's going on? I have COVID.
Push them back. That is a police officer telling, push them back.
Fucking sucks.
Talking
Dude,
about
Grimlow got me some
press
miso
back.
soup. It's very sweet of him. Alright, this is perfect for me. I haven't really been able to eat anything
There's
all
been
day.
multiple arrests. We're not sure exactly how many.
There's just dozens of people lined up on that sidewalk
DNC
that are lined up there.
gays are there?
And then, yeah, the riot police are holding the middle of the street, middle of the block. And then there's another line of riot police preventing people from moving farther west back onto Clinton. And earlier tonight, which started at the Accenture Tower, they were also trying very hard to keep people off of Clinton Street. So the strategy from the police.
And then I guess just move it over here.
Oh, here comes a
right
whole bunch
here's
of
what we're
police.
watching, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
Yep, here we go with two squads of about a dozen, about
streaming on
10
Grimlow's
riot cops
setup
in
here,
each
so
squad. They're now
not
split the
usual.
other
But this is
crew
in
of cops,
Chicago.
and it looks
just
like
down
they're
the street.
cordoning off this corner.
I was
This is one
fully
of their
planning
crowd
on going to
control,
this
crowd
and being
management
IRL here tonight.
And so you see at every NSSEs,
I
there's,
woke
there's
up
some of the similar
and,
crowd control and management tactics, and sometimes it's new stuff. And right now, you
just
see what
felt
they've
like
done.
ass.
They've created a
You
line
guys might
in
have seen me on
front.
Grimlow's
Now they're
stream
push this
morning.
line off of the street.
I was just struggling,
and then they're
bro.
push
I felt
everybody else from that
fatigued.
side
My stomach
across
was like
that way.
killing me.
You okay?
And it just didn't really let up throughout the day. I thought it was
So they
kind of
just
getting
pushed all
better.
the
I was
press
like
back
treating
onto
it.
the sidewalk, and now they're going to
But then
potentially
I
start
started
making
getting
arrests up
feverish,
there.
and I was like,
or
okay,
start
I should
just
take a
pushing
test.
people. They've been really
I should
violent
take a
with certain
test.
People.
Someone just DM'd us on.
And yeah. I just turned the video down. Also, I need to boost them. I need to do all this shit, bro. I need to do all this shit. How am I gonna fucking eat?
Uniformed officers and captains. There's as 60 more riot
Here,
cops
let me do
come
this
on the
first.
left side of us. You are seeing tons of riot cops fight right now with the people.
Okay. I should be a little bit louder now, right? Am I too loud? Not yet.
There's
Hello?
one of the folks that
Okay.
was organizing
Cool.
and
That's good for that.
protest, or speaking during the
Now let's
protest,
do this.
right in the middle of the
Do
street on Clinton and Adams, and another
like
person,
here.
two other people are getting arrested.
Should be good.
Two of the speakers as well.
And then
Organizers and
I think we're good.
involved in the
Oh, the compressor's finally fucking working. It's ducking out now. Okay, sorry. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm on Grimlow's laptop here streaming. He's very generous. He's been so nice. I love Grimlow. He's such a good guy.
multiple arrests being occurring
He can probably hear me right now, so it's a little awkward, but
arrests here on
he
the
got me this
corner,
miso
getting
soup,
really
and it's all I
pushed
can
and
think
smashed
of right now.
cops, being very aggressive.
Oh my God, Angry Nimrod, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Yeah, I haven't had it. I got it in
So we
May
got
of 2020,
people being pushed back,
and then I think I got it in
People did
2021.
not get arrested that got pushed back, but several people did.
I know. I mean, I know I got it in 2021, so this will have been my third time getting COVID.
And they were targeting the
And
organizers.
if you don't believe me, even though it's like really faint, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
There goes one of the organizers getting brought back to the paddy
Here.
wagon, and there's another.
Wait, I gotta fucking make a whole ass full cam scene. Oh my God, dude.
Looks like several other arrests potentially happening.
Here.
What they've been doing to get the arrests is they push them down onto the ground.
They're going east. We
Yep.
should have said, yeah, they're going east.
Several of the crew is now also headed
see
back
it?
the other direction.
Not
because,
really.
Again,
Not really. Can you see it?
the police are kettling them on every block.
There's
So they're gonna
fucking
try to see
two,
if
bro.
they can get
There's
a way
fucking
to
two,
disperse
man.
out on the east.
I'm fucking positive,
This
dude.
side. Sure, yeah. This is Nico from Unicorn Ride.
I'm
Thank you,
fucking
Jim,
positive,
for
bro.
running the camera. We're out here in Chicago right now. We see a group of protesters that is part of the Make It Like 68 group. They started at the Israeli
And this is happening. I mean, at least I had one really, really good day. I'm low key. I'm very grateful I had Monday. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, I have pictures of it at 15 minutes too. Violent film. I know. It was fucking positive, bro.
There was a short rally before a march tried to get off in front of the Israeli consulate, and that march was quickly stopped by the police.
Yeah, man. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I was pissed just feeling bad today. I wanted to be able to like show Grimlow downtown and like go do fun stuff, and I just was not up to it. I couldn't. Felt really sick. Which fucking sucked. And then after I got the positive test, I spent 3 hours on the phone with my insurance, and then on the phone with like urgent care companies, and then on the phone with telehealth companies, and like just trying to deal with the fucking, American health insurance shit, which I think is actually hell. I don't know, like, honestly, why, like, it made me want to riot so much more. It just made me want to fucking smash something. I was like, dude, this whole system is so fucked up. It's so insane. And I'm on the Affordable Care Act, bro. I got like decent insurance, and it's like not that cheap, or it's not that expensive because I'm pretty low income.
Sort of a game of
Paxlovid, that's what I'm trying to get, dude. That's what I'm trying to get. So I have an urgent hair thing.
And I think that's
I have an urgent care thing tomorrow,
right there. So
and I got it all figured out, so it'll be covered.
okay, there's a.
Oh, are you?
So I basically I'm just gonna be like, you have to give me Paxlovid. Like, if you don't give me Paxlovid, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. But I honestly don't have very many respiratory symptoms. Like, I'm not coughing, or I don't have like, the only thing I have is like a little bit of a sore
You hear in the
throat.
distance, move, the riot police.
But also I was like, my throat's a little scratchy, but I was also screaming a lot yesterday, so I was like, that's
There's
probably
quite a
why.
few people who are stuck
But I think it's also the
downtown, and
COVID.
they are not
I think it's the
protesting.
fucking COVID
Some
too.
people have been trying to get to hotels. Some people have been just trying to get somewhere else.
Yeah, I've been taking it easy all day today, man.
Stopping their way from getting
Also, it's very deceptive. I'm sorry for the audio
going
levels.
on Canal.
Is my ducking working?
Behind the camera, you have multitude of riot officers. It's probably 60 to 100.
Okay, I just needed to turn the TV
In front
up.
of us, we have.
I'm safe.
Oh.
Yo, I got the camera looking kind of nice though, right?
Do you want to talk at all? Oh, you're press.
I am pressed, sort of.
Okay, go ahead.
I can talk though.
Yeah, okay.
I got the lighting looking kind of fresh in here, right?
Tonight.
Well, I think it was interesting. There were two splinter groups at one point. One chanting in Arabic, another chanting
F.
in English. It seems like the people in block are largely white, as far as I can tell. And it's interesting. They're not as organized. They're not as lawfully abiding.
Am I back?
For better or worse, whatever their tactics are, whatever their goals are, than the protest yesterday, which really followed the,
Oh my god, the bitrate is so bad.
the city for. So, not a lot of gas. No, I haven't seen the batons taken.
The bitrate is so bad here.
We haven't heard the arrest
I don't know, man.
acoustic device get used yet. So,
If I can't stream from here, dude, I'm gonna be so fucking bored the next 3 days.
I think, frankly, I'm really cynical about the
Oh, this is gonna be the worst fucking isolation ever.
violence. So I'm surprised by how little violence there has been.
God damn it!
Appreciate you. Thank you.
How did Grim stream all morning?
You just heard a key factor at the end was ready for the violence of the Chicago police, but yet surprised at how little violence they specifically have. They've
I wonder if your sim modem would be stronger. That's literally what I've been using in my room, Prodigy.
certain times.
But I thought that the router must be out here in this area, because my bedroom is in like the other end. So I was like, okay, well, that's why. And I also, when Grim was live, I was like using my sim router because I didn't want to throttle what I already knew is weak as fuck.
Officers are
Dude, Grim got these Capri Suns, and I'm like loving them. Is this the protest at the embassy? Yes. Okay, thank you for keeping me on topic. Yes, this is the protest at the embassy. It was organized and kind of like promoted by this, as far as I can tell, like this one group / Instagram page called, the Instagram page is called Against something like Anti-Imperialist Resistance or something like that. It's like Anti-Imperialist Resistance, I think. Hold on, I'll find it 1 second. I just have to get my Instagram going. Also, this is not, I don't know what to do about this. How to sus org? Here, listen, I'm an outsider here. I don't know the political landscape and the dynamics of all of the groups out here. I am not, you will never catch me, saying that any one group or like, anything. That's just not how I'm going to do this. Wait, why is Twitter opening? Huh? Did I just go to Twitter? Why did I do that? So I don't feel like it's anti-imperialist resistance here. Anti-imperialist resistance is the main Instagram that's been promoting this action tonight. The rhetoric is very no, it's okay, Bree. I don't have a lot of coughing and sneezing, honestly. It's fine. Unless you just want me to because you don't like me looking at you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Grimlow, for the link. Definitely Grimlow in the chat, not me typing from Grimlow's account.
Group?
So it looks like they're doing mass arrests here.
These are all youth that are getting arrested, it seems. Probably younger than 30.
Hey, what's your name?
The Secret Service right now is going through his pockets. This person's pockets. And the police are making moves on the press now, pushing them off of that little stanchion that they were standing on.
Oh, shit.
And the police are probably making further arrests down there, as it looks like they're pushing other people.
Oh, I remember why I wanted to go to X.
So again, sort of bum rushes by the police all through the night. This is National Lawyers Guild screaming to try to get names so they can track the protesters.
A bunch of arrests getting taken away.
So again, right now, that's some violence happening. We can definitely see some violence happening in this little melee.
Sorry, I'm still trying to fucking log into Twitter.
But
it logged me in on an account I've never used before.
Operator looking into the lens.
I don't know how to fucking log out.
It's
Guys, my brain is like half working.
Clearly,
just work with me here.
On the ground, they're chilly trying to get them grabbed. Like that. That's what.
Just work with me for a second while we're doing this.
Other arrests off to the left.
We can watch this while it's happening, but give me a second.
Elder man right there, and then 2 other.
Bro, literally, how do you log the fuck out of this?
6 arrests that we've seen pull out from this little.
Oh my god.
Location, right here on Canal and Monroe Street. There's multiple other arrests happening right now.
People have moved farther west up on that sidewalk on the ledge of the building. With the flag up there, I'll try to get that. There we go. They're back there by that window.
How can I not log out of a fucking Twitter right now? I feel like I'm actually not going insane. Like, this is just ridiculously unintuitive and hard.
This, and then, yeah.
And then,
okay, yeah, it looks like they're moving more arrestees. I think they're moving arrestees to that bus. Yeah, okay, there's another arrestee.
They're sitting them all down in the middle of the street up here, and it looks to be at least.
Is it really impossible? Like, what the fuck did I just do?
So far.
What the actual fuck did I just? Okay, whatever, dude. What was it? It's like Rogue something.
Where Dan was just speaking about where people were.
Rogue News, is that what it is?
Moved to from that stanchion in the middle, and the police are bringing more arrests from this central area out to the center of the street here. There's another one coming. So it seems again like they went after each person involved in.
I don't know. I'm losing it, dude.
Specifically going after people.
I'm losing it, bro.
Targeting people.
I'm following them, but what?
And again, some folks were not part of the protest. Some people were just swept up into downtown at the time, not being able to go a certain block because the police blocked it, not being able to go another way. There's another person getting arrested. And
Legal servers, back up!
you're good.
Status coup. This is what I was looking for. They had a good angle early. Yeah, see, they're over here with the press.
I'd say they are allowing the...
Yeah, maybe YouTube would be better to watch it on, too. I don't know. I think they probably doubled the stream. Status coup. Oh, they effed. Oh, fuck. It wasn't me. All right, let's try this instead. Okay. Shut up. Okay, while they're effed, maybe I can still explain the dynamics of this protest. So essentially, yesterday, if you watched the live stream, there was a mass, like a big demonstration of like how many people could show up in Chicago to protest against the DNC and the Democratic Party's policy regarding Israel and Palestine. Gaza is a key factor in this race, clearly. And it's really important for us to keep Palestine in the news. So going to these kind of actions is incredibly important, and understanding, the people there and why they're there is very important. As I said many times yesterday, and like I think this morning we talked about it again, there's going to be many different kinds of protests, and during any kind of movement, right? And so for this one, this is going to be like the protest yesterday was just kind of like show out, everybody's welcome. We got they're going to have a bunch of speakers. There's going to be then there's going to be like a mass march, and you're trying to get as many people as possible. So you're trying to be as accessible as possible. They did they went and got a permit from the city. Do you know what I mean? Like they got a permit. And so that means like they were basically collaborating with the police, and the police were they showed up like hundreds. There was like thousands of cops out there, right? And so this org was at the protest yesterday, and you guys might have seen it. I did cover it on my during the live stream, but there was a more radical group that was trying to break from the actual protest and encouraging other protesters in the march to break from the protest and to take side roads to go towards the DNC. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Reese, I know you were talking about it in the Discord, right? So they were breaking from there to go towards the DNC. And the protest marshals were very much enforcing that what they wanted to happen, which is fair enough, But as you can see, these are the yellow vests. We were watching it yesterday too. It happened. They would stand in front of the cops and take anybody who wanted to go through them. They would physically put themselves in between them and the cops, which pretty weird thing to do, in my opinion. I guess it's just if people want to pop off like that, why would me as a marshal, why would I put my body in between the police? Let the police deal with that if that's what you want to do. I don't know. It's so I'm not sure I really understand that. But this is really It was like it was kind of interesting to me to like see how it happened. To be fair, I did watch like people were like being attacked. Like there's some violence. You know what I mean? Like there was some violence yesterday in between this group. Wait, they're not even live anymore, dude. What the fuck? They got kicked off the fucking internet, dude. Twitch.tv / Unicorn Riot. Let's see, is Unicorn Riot still live? Oh. Wait. Oh, that's not them. What did I do wrong? Oh. Dude, oh no.
There's no protesters left. What are you gonna fucking do? You're gonna break the cameras? So then we can't document your brutality? We're still gonna document it. We still have mouths. We don't shut up just because you guys want us to. You fucking stupid.
So they've cleared out all the protesters.
Yeah, so there's more Chicago police coming down West Monroe Street toward Canal. Some have red vests, some have yellow. The ones in the red vests are also wearing white button-up t-shirts. There are still hundreds of law enforcement officers here.
And we have hundreds of police officers doing what? Arresting peaceful protesters and even press? It's a shame. It's actually diabolical. It's actually diabolical.
Has any officer given you an answer on why they're arresting press? Have they given you any reason whatsoever?
No, they haven't given no reason. There's never a reason to arrest anybody at a peaceful protest. They never have a reason. No matter what charge they give you, it's never gonna stick because they're already bending your rights in all types of directions.
Apologies for yesterday. I did not mean to be insensitive. Also, I support the protesting. AK, you always mean to be insensitive, brother. You gotta chill out sometimes. You being a dick lately, homie. Well, you being a dick lately. I don't know what's going on with you, but you gotta get a checkup from the neck up, my guy, bro. Also, I saw a clip of you getting roasted. I saw a clip of you being absolutely fucking roasted by Carter. You're lucky I'm nice. Can I change my output like that midstream? I don't think I can do that, dude. Yeah, I can't change my resolution. Do you have COVID, dude? Yes, I tested positive earlier today. I'm very, very sad. I'm really, 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 really fucking sad.
Coronation is legitimate.
No, I do not. She just sent $20 billion in arms to Israel to bomb and murder.
Yo, King Henry, thank you. Whoa, brother, 20 gifted? Thank you, man. I'm sorry, the alerts aren't working, but I can see that. Holy shit, man. Thank you.
It's been happening since before.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And this is our demands. Our demands are simple.
I hope I can get this working and like working well because
she believes in Zionism.
Is the bitrate really bad, Prodigy? Like, is it a problem?
And that's just what it is.
Do you have any statements about what's going on in the West Bank, not just Gaza?
Yes, I do. The bombardment and constant land theft of the West Bank and of all of Palestine, all of historic Palestine, has been going on since before 1948, since before the Nakba, and it is constant land thefts. There is constant checkpoints.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it's fine.
Different places around the whole historic Palestine. There is curfews currently going on in the West Bank that prohibit
you can't hide.
Moving to their house to work.
It's we charge you with genocide, brother.
With their lives and go about their lives.
We charge you with genocide.
Because of the Israeli government and because of the funding, the American
Okay, well, sorry about that, yeah.
The tax dollars.
We're on Wi-Fi at an Airbnb, dude. They don't give a fuck about us.
Give us your name or no?
My name is Yolanda.
Thank you, Yolanda. What is your response to how the police treated you all today?
It's actually sick that our taxpayer dollars are going to brutalize protesters and press instead of actually solving.
This girl's spitting, but I do have a lot more context.
How many police
And
here today, and look how many.
like this is a whole thread, or like there's a lot to read here. That's very interesting, actually, about what we saw yesterday. But
These police officers are literally wasting our money on brutalizing peaceful protesters. This is where our money is going to. Instead of solving crime, it is going to training police in a foreign government and to come back here and brutalize black and brown people. That's exactly where our money is going to. Have a good night.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, this got to be the worst chair of all time.
So it's 9 o'clock now, and
Fucking hate this chair.
the rally actually began at 7 p.m. So there's actually, it's been about 2 hours since the rally began, and now has
And everybody's gone.
mostly ended due to the police presence and pushback by law enforcement. There are at least 500 law enforcement officers in the few block radius of where we are standing right now at Monroe and Canal. The rally first.
Walking out at like a parent with a kid in a stroller.
A police officer is walking with
A stroller?
parent with a kid in a stroller.
What?
I don't think they were part of the rally. I think they were just getting
Barely 100 people showed up. Where are you seeing that?
with them. But as I was saying,
It looked like they were very highly outnumbered by the police.
law
but-
enforcement officers.
Is that my homie JW? No.
The rally began at the Accenture Towers, which is where the Israeli consulate is, and so there was a rally scheduled outside of there.
False.
About 7 p.m. There were speeches and chants, and soon after a march
False.
began, the police pretty immediately started pushing back against the protesters, not allowing them to march. Protesters squeezed their way
Look at that mustache.
moved different directions, and were actually able to march for a few blocks around until
Thanks for the coverage, man. I wish I was doing this tonight. My plan was to be here tonight doing this, but thankfully we have Unicorn Riot.
protesters were arrested. So there have been dozens of arrests tonight. This is a Enterprise truck rental van that the police.
Chill out, crazy man. You ain't the fucking boss here. Don't be talking to my mods like you own them or some shit.
Arrestee into.
Yo, who watched
We love you, as
who watched the
police load arrestees into this Enterprise truck.
who watched Grimlow's stream this morning when I was on there?
Would any of you want to talk about why you're here?
Or what you've seen tonight?
What else? We're with you.
You did, Paul?
Okay.
I watched the VOD for drama.
No, I understand. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not fucking drama, dude. It's not drama to just have like a critique or talk about something like that. I don't think, like I said many times during that, I like
The
the
main
song.
message of this rally, as
I'm still a fan.
along
I don't
with
care.
the
It's just
rally
one
yesterday,
critique.
have been pro-Palestine and against the Israeli occupation of Palestine. A Chicago police van is now
Yeah, cheesy bread. I saw you there, bro. Appreciate you supporting.
in the intersection of Monroe and Canal.
Yeah, I know, Hef.
So again, the march and rally tonight has mostly dissolved. The police are now.
I missed. What was the
The
topic?
police are now.
In short, I got really pissed off last night and a little bit into this morning that over that clip of Hassan shaking Charlie Kirk's hand. I thought that was really, really cowardly and gross. And I had a tweet up that got like 3,000 likes. But I deleted it. It wasn't even it was just like a subtweet about him.
Of these two,
But I deleted it.
there there is a small police line forming.
I mean, I do have some subtweets still up, but who's Charlie Kirk? He like is the founder of Turning Point USA, which is like very much responsible for far right like radicalization of young people, especially. They like plant themselves in high schools and colleges and shit like that, and they just like spew anti-immigrant like fascist rhetoric. Like they're Nazis. Like Charlie Kirk is against like the Civil Rights Act in the year 2024. Like, dude, that guy is an actual Nazi. Yeah. He's trash, dude.
The rally and march together.
But yeah, I mean he's trash, and I was just like, I can't believe that Hassan was just like, "Oh, yo, what's up, Charlie?" and like shook his hand, and then Charlie like dunked on him.
One official Chicago police
Who reads a lot of books? I don't even think he reads a lot of books, man. He's just a Nazi. He is a white supremacist, AK. If you really don't think that, you're like actually tripping, dude. You have like no radar or instincts about politics if you do not acknowledge Charlie Kirk is a fucking Nazi.
Not towards this large van that's in the middle of the intersection. I just wanted to mention that.
And so the city of Chicago was given $75 million.
Because again, he thinks like, bro, listen to his rhetoric. He wants to get rid of the civil rights movement. Do we need to watch Turning Point USA videos right now? Like, are you serious?
Here, $75 million to.
This is not the debate, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to like really not know anything about that guy to not acknowledge that he's a fascist. It's like very obvious. It's like his only thing.
On our stolen land. And whose stolen land is that? It's God's land. Y'all are working for Satan through Zionism, through liberalism, through capitalism, through America, KKK, bitch. Fuck, that's fucked. Wallah.
What's that guy saying?
You guys clench your batons because you guys are horny to hurt kids. Sodomy like Zionist Israelis. That's fucked.
No, and the ratio is also
fucked.
Too. Like, this is already...
That's so fucked.
Rack, you're not wrong. Wait, right-wing anti-Israel? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's they don't care about Palestinians at all. They're just anti-Semites.
That's a nice hat you got there.
100%, yeah.
Said thank you.
Yeah, definitely. That is a real, very real thing.
He says thank you.
Yeah, right, Bloom.
All right, hey, thanks y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Chris, on the back end. They've been processing arrestees to the south. One second.
This shit's just over, dude.
Okay. All right, we're gonna reposition here. Basically,
Nationwide, baby. Oh man, know your east and west.
Word. So.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Our headquarters are in Denver.
I got so sunburnt, bro. There was a med tent. You could have gotten sunscreen for free.
You know, trying to hold this crowd block to block.
They give you sunscreen for free.
Observers taking notes down there. We'll just go take a look at that. Yeah, dozens of arrests.
Yeah, we should know. We should never provide space for Nazis. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you see a Nazi at a pro-Palestine protest, you fucking immediately get that guy to leave.
Thank you.
And to be fair, the encampments were incredibly good at that. Like, they were incredibly good at that. I watched it happen over and over again, many, many times. I think both on camera while I was streaming and off camera while I was there. Like, I watched multiple people be removed. How do you get them to leave? You surround them. Like, everybody surrounds them, locks arms, and you, like, walk to the fucking exit. I've done it with them many times. Like, did you see Matt Walsh was at the DNC in disguise? Oh, my God. No, can you link that, dude? That sounds ridiculous.
So people saying, from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever, that kind of chant. They're getting loaded in that police van. Lineup of arrestees here.
Is this it? Oh my god, why does it open links in this fucking... What even is that app? One second.
We are now showing police arrestees. And again, all of the protests today were simply rallying and marching.
Okay, yeah, you guys can send shit now.
So these are arrestees in the middle of the road here. The police are surrounding them.
I'm rate limited?
And then they're loading them up on
What?
white vans.
Sorry, you are rate... Did you see that? Sorry, you are rate limited. Dude, how the fuck do you log out of Twitter? Oh my god. Let me log into my account. Your account information, log out.
Sidewalk, everyone, like I said before. Sidewalk, raised platform of concrete behind you.
Wait, are they really doing this? Wait, you really get rate limited? Still? I thought that was like an old thing.
There are law enforcement officers
Huh?
the white van to the left in militarized
Oh
uniforms.
my god, dude.
They're either SWAT or Secret Service. The one in the driver's seat just started laughing.
Here's an Imgur link. Oh, thank you. Are we back? Are we? I feel like the entire internet's just dead. This is so annoying, dude. This is so annoying. Okay. Put this on a lower resolution. It's on auto. Try 480.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. We're here on Canal Street. It's about
Hey, Becca.
9:18 p.m. right now. There's some dozens of arrestees being held by riot police in front of us. There's an individual with a press helmet.
Okay, let's check this out.
We heard earlier from Talia Jane was mentioning that. Like,
Yes, that's Matt Walsh in disguise
photographers they knew.
on the convention floor.
Wasn't exactly a clear directive from the police about journalists needing to supposedly get out of the crowd that ran up this that was on the sidewalk.
So how did this work?
They all got.
Also, he has like the worst disguise of all time. Was he given credentials?
Building, which was at
Was he like given credentials? Does his badge say his name?
You know, it was a Palestine demo, pro-Palestine demo.
I'm actually really curious to hear if anybody like went in. Like, I hope Grimlow goes sometime because I'm actually really curious to hear like what the security was like. I mean, all security is theater. You know what I mean? But you know, if you have that big of a perimeter, how does somebody like this get in looking like that?
That kind of thing.
Like, how do you look like this? Look at this. Look at this guy.
From the river to the sea, while they've been lined up in the.
I mean, Charlie Kirk came in with credentials, so it's very possible Matt Walsh got credentialed too. I'm sure you have to like show ID. Was this guy? You think this guy really has the balls to like be showing a fake ID to like Secret Service or some shit? I don't. I do not think so.
We're covering the
Charlie Kirk is in there changing minds.
March yesterday. We have some new stuff up on the website. You can check that out. We got some new stories up on the website, unicornriot.ninja. We got some information. One of the aspects, and the video's up. It's on YouTube, Vimeo now. On YouTube now.
I think he should be
now.
redacted.
Basically, there was like, you know, there was definitely some conflict like on the ground between different groups of protesters. That was something that was going on.
Yeah, you're right, Gerby.
We have a report about that up on the site. Or rather, we had the video up for that on the site. And, because I think it's like when there's big protests and there's different types of
Yeah, you're right.
people that are out, there's protest marches.
No joke, he got a DNC attendee to change their mind from Harris to Trump yesterday. Is there a video of that or something, AK?
Has an office here in Chicago.
Because I'd love to watch that.
Tonight, but I saw a large number of them yesterday, and they
Like, where did you see that?
Town Sunday as well, and they wear these yellow vests.
Where did you see that?
That was something we have noted, been posting photos of. That was
Okay, well, that's fucking. This is fucking depressing. I'm not gonna lie. The fucking cops won. Flashbang. Oh my god. Oh god. Wait. Channel 5 was there yesterday? Interesting. We'll watch that. Yeah, we'll watch that. Okay, wait. I want the DNC though. Obama.
Fact check true.
But we've heard from.
Who spoke already?
Mrs. Davis, reflect for a moment on what we've been hearing. So,
who spoke tonight already? PBS? Nah, dude. PBS ain't got the smoke. We need somebody good, baby. Let's check out NBC.
Important to their constituents. You heard about reproductive rights and the issue of abortion access again and again. And of course, these very personal stories, like what we just heard from Senator Duckworth, Governor Tim Walz and his wife have a personal story as well.
Okay, yeah, we'll watch this.
Campaign try to make something of that today because Governor Walz referred.
Yes, we'll watch that. Okay, I want to watch this.
DNC in Chicago of a really sweet young man by the name of Arthur. Arthur had a Kamala Harris for President button, but turns out he's actually a swing voter, and we had a great dialogue, and I maybe got him to reconsider and to vote for Donald Trump. Enjoy this very...
This is insanity, dude. Why would you, like, how are you a swing voter in the year 2024? Like, how do you not have an established opinion about Donald Trump at this point? That's insanity, dude. Like, who the fuck is this guy? I can't wait. He's in the video, right? It's not just him, like, telling a story.
Polite, mutually respectful discussion with Arthur from the DNC. Arthur, wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it accurately presents our conversation. And he's a new Catholic, which gets our Catholic friends very excited. And he says that is changing his politics. So never be afraid to have the tough conversations. This is a great example of a really deep one that we had at the DNC. And it might have changed his mind. We'll see. You be the judge. Leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube page here.
Shut up, dude. Can we get the video? Okay. So he's like 18.
It's a little bit of both. I think
Okay, so this is a child. He's voting for the first time. He discovered politics existed last year.
the person is generally reflective of the worldview. It's important to understand the worldview. And if the person has done
like this is your mental gladiator, bro. This is your mental gladiator. He's like fucking harassing children at the DNC. Also, does anybody have the can somebody link the clip of the actual child who like actually shit on Charlie Kirk? Who like just took a giant like dump on his head today? He's like 12. This like 12-year-old kid like dunked on him.
actions in the past,
Like made content on dunking on him at the DNC.
you know, doing paying her off afterwards, that might not reflect positively on the worldview, then it's concerning to me. I'd say that it's concerning to me that he might be using Christianity as a problem sometimes. And so
he doesn't like Trump because Trump isn't Christian enough. Yeah, Magnus, this is it. He's like, Trump is not really Christian enough. I need to be more theocratic. Dude, look at this guy. Also, does anybody know anything about... I've never seen this kid before. How old is he? How old is he, dude? This guy's kind of cool.
I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Why did you say that the civil rights bill should be overturned?
I didn't say that. I said it was a mistake.
Why? That's crazy.
Now you gotta figure it out.
I wouldn't be here. That's trouble.
Who's that?
I have a question.
What was his answer even?
Crazy.
Now you gotta figure it out.
I gotta figure it out?
I wouldn't be
You gotta figure it out?
here. That's trouble.
Who's that?
Also, like, yeah, you don't stick around for the answer. This guy's right. He said you gotta figure it out. That was actually his answer. But this kid being like, you're crazy. That's your trouble. Like, that's dangerous. You're trouble. And walking away, perfect interaction. You fucking killed it, kid. Like, you killed it, dude. Nice job. Very good. These people don't deserve an ounce of our time. They deserve ridicule and hatred. Like, you should be mean to these people. If you ever see these people in public and you happen to be holding a milkshake, fill in the ad libs from here, you know what I mean?
Worry about the Republican Party.
What are your ideologically at odds with the Democrats?
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, well, on migration to some extent, I'd say that they need to focus.
His Linktree has his Roblox account. Aw, dude, that's so awesome. What's his YouTube like? That's so cool. 2.29k subscribers. Never posted. He's just like a Twitter power user, bro. Get this fucking kid off Twitter, man. Save his life. Why the hell did the DNC let him in? I don't know. I mean, they won his audience, I guess. That's like the best interpretation. I'm so ready for Kamala Harris. So this guy's like going to be president, right? In like 30 years, we're voting for him, right? Like, I'll commit right now. Can I put money on it? Like, or what? The CIA has chosen, okay?
Debt, but then again, the Republicans don't really focus on that much.
Obama too. What? Obama too.
And really,
Just was at the consulate. It's pretty vacant. Cops are keeping a perimeter. Yeah, we watched the Unicorn Riot stream. Like, what was left of it, we watched like the last bit of it. And it seems like the police just like showed up way too strong, and that group was not able to mobilize enough people. It seemed like, from what I was reading from the people I know that were there, there's like more press and police there than protesters by like a very large margin, which is not a good thing.
to some extent, I'd say that they need to focus more on the debt, but then again, the Republicans don't really focus on that much anymore either. Really, especially on trade protectionism, I think Trump's very pro-trade protectionism, which I do like. And the Democrats have been a little bit,
neoliberal.
A little bit, yeah. But I would say that there is some level of decency. I think that is, they try to project it very much so. They try to show that they're, we're good people, yada yada yada. But you don't see stories about Kamala Harris or other major Democratic candidates where it's like, as I said for Trump, where he sort of, paid money to cover it up. And ultimately, the crime that he committed,
Or they keep muting him.
wasn't super significant, but the whole situation is kind of sketchy. So I don't know. I'd just say, how do you address that sort of concern?
I mean, everyone's a flawed person. I vote for
Oh my god.
not just the person.
That's such a bad answer, dude. Everyone's a flawed person? What a terrible answer.
Worldview will outlast the person, right?
And but do the actions of the person have any reflection on the worldview?
I mean, we already know the type of president he was, which is a terrific president.
It's a Christian answer. Brother, Donald Trump has like multiple rape cases against him. He literally is like, it's like proven that he paid off a porn star that he fucked while his wife was pregnant, dude. What the fuck are you talking about, Christian? Are either of these, they're Christians? They're Christians and they're voting for a guy who is like best friends with Epstein? Like, he was like a homie with Epstein, bro. He's been to the island, man.
I'd say that the trade war wasn't the best.
I wish he would have been harsher on trade.
I suppose if he was going to do it, he might have gone all the way.
So why are you supporting Kamala? What would you say is her greatest achievement?
Made up my mind, but I would say that there was stability to some extent on the Democrats. Now, Biden may have been a little bit, old, to put it lightly.
But you mean political stability?
But to some degree, yeah, I would say.
So like switching out a candidate like 2 weeks before is like stability?
Stability in terms of what they are advocating, what they're demonstrating. That was a little bit unstable. That was a little bit surprising to me. And that was, yeah.
I don't really understand at all what he's referencing.
Honestly, that is my biggest concern with Democrats, is the fact that they did kind of lie. It's always fine.
So you might vote for Trump?
I'm considering it, but his antics.
What does he have to do to earn your vote?
I'd say that he'd have to acknowledge that he's done some kind of sketchy things in the past, and
Never gonna happen.
really legitimately say, he's repentant for it to some degree.
Absolutely never going to happen. What? Absolutely never going to happen.
Something like that. Honestly, I would have thought very different things in the past. I was an atheist for a long time and very progressive. I've become Catholic.
He's a Catholic convert? He's a Catholic convert. Oh my God, dude. This guy is a professional, holy shit, bro. Oh my God. That's an insane thing to be. Future Republican indeed? Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yeah, you're probably right about that for sure.
Your politics at all?
Yes, to some degree. But of course I'm still thinking of doing it, and it does concern me even more so than in the past.
All these fucking pigs in the background.
Personal actions. So, yeah, that's really all I was going to say. But,
okay. Well, so you should think about worldview. Secondly, you can agree the Bible is full of people that have done some pretty flawed things. King David.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Remember King David, he killed a man just to get after Bathsheba.
I'm getting to that story right now.
Right?
In the Bible? I'm getting to that story right now? You're just reading from the beginning to the end of the Bible? That's a weird way to read the Bible.
Samson, where God came to Samson when he was in the bed with a prostitute, and he's after God's own heart.
Reading that shit cover to cover for fun. Yeah, what? Exactly, Juiceroni. He's like a fucking masochist.
That mentioned before, yes.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm thinking about it. But yeah, but you're saying worldview rather than...
Oh yeah, think about it. The person comes and goes, so worldview remains. Your vote is not a...
And also listen to what he's saying. He's like, yeah. All of the politics, all of that stuff, they come and go. But Trump is a fascist. Trump is a white supremacist fascist. And that's why I'm going to ride or die for that motherfucker. Are you kidding me, dude?
Valentine.
Charlie Kirk, this motherfucker is open about it in private. He just knows that nowadays you don't get invited to the DNC if you're openly saying and advocating for big F fascism. So you just say all the policies, use all the exact same rhetoric as fascism, advocate for fascism anyway, and then don't call yourself that. Because he's a coward. He's a coward.
You want to spend
Beffer?
Time with. Your vote is a chess move of the type of world you want to live in.
But of course, there's the worldview that people claim to have.
But we don't have to guess. The 4 years of the worldview of Trump was everyone was getting richer, borders were secure, wages were going up, economy was better.
There could have been maybe better handling of COVID.
I agree. Well,
you think? You think?
I would have been on the other side. I wish we would have had less restrictions, but
okay.
No presidency is perfect, but taking the guesswork out of it, 4 years with Trump, 4 years with Kamala, or with Biden, which one is the country?
Kind of Kamala.
Yeah, but the country's in a better place with which one?
Well, granted, I would say that, and I think it's fair to say that the president has a lot less control directly over
Totally,
the
I agree.
situation.
But you do have control over the border, right?
That is.
You do have control over.
But then again, they proposed this big bill saying, we'll have to give the president authority to shut down the Trump kind of.
But he still has that authority regardless.
That was pretty strong.
Remain in Mexico, you can do. You could get rid of the CBP1 app. You could do all that stuff. But border crossings were an all-time low in Trump, and now we've seen huge border crossings with Biden-Harris. However you want to say it.
I would say they're also.
Like, he's literally just like big number bad, small number good. That's the extent of his, immigration policy.
There were some sketchy things under Trump.
Like, more people, bad. Brown people, bad. More brown people, bad.
There, of course, there's the sensational, they're putting kids in cages. But
Yes, AK. He's making propaganda so that dumbasses like you go, yup, he must be really smart. He must read a lot of books. He must read a lot of books. This guy reads a lot of books. What is fascism? Fascism is a organization of the government that frequently revolves around one strong man, deity-like figure that takes concentrates power into the executive branch. It's usually defined by its establishment of an in-group and an out-group. And the out-group is at once powerful enough to be responsible for all of society's problems, and also weak enough that they're like a blight on civilization and must be removed from society. Trump has a lot of out-groups. Trump has a ton of out-groups. He only has one in-group though. It's white people. Authoritarianism, suppression of dissent. You know what I mean? Ultranatalist. Yeah. Ultra nationalist, right?
But,
America first, no international relations, only expansionist might. It's fascism is imperialism turning inwards on its own people, as it also is expanding into the rest of the, into its neighbors' areas as well, typically.
They could have.
Yeah, AK is literally what I just described in a lot more detail than that fucking definition you just got on Google. Sounds more like Biden and Harris. I don't disagree that you can say that this is like Biden and Harris, but I don't think that you can ever make the case that Trump is not more like this. That Trump is not definitionally like this.
Done a better job of handling that to some extent too.
Yeah, but on Crazy Man, that's a good definition too.
Now, just so you understand, the kids in cages started under.
How does Trump suppress the opposition? Are you serious? Yeah, what do you mean? He tried to overthrow the fucking election. He tried to hang members of the opposing political party. Not even to mention how, literally, during his rallies in 2016, he was saying, make all of the protesters leave in stretchers. Don't be... He was encouraging police to be more rough with people, when protesters came. People were calling him a fascist before he took office. Yeah, that's because of the politics that he's advocating for his insistence on, calling all migrants or all Mexicans rapists. That is a fascist, rhetoric. That's fascist rhetoric. And Charlie Kirk does the same thing, too. Making a broad generalization of, an out group of people. He never said all. Okay, bro. You're being intentionally obtuse, dude.
Doesn't make it right, but it did start in the right? It doesn't make it right, but it did. And the whole idea of it was that we are going to...
Why are they running?
Make sure that families are actually legit if you come across...
You're like, oh my god, Hassan is over there.
...the border with a kid, that you might be trafficking.
Yes.
Right?
It is true, however, I do think he did change the law to make it so that they separate the parent and the child under his administration.
So you're a swing voter?
Yes. No, under Trump's administration.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm on the side of the Democrats mostly. I am kind of smart, but I'm kind of.
What can we do? What can we do better to win over more people like you?
He didn't. It doesn't even sound like he's convincing him. By the way, we have a minute left in this video. This guy does not seem convinced.
I would say that. God, I'm kind of.
Did you get a photo with his on? I have one from a long time ago. So no.
There's not. I don't think there's a lot of people like me because I'm kind of on the conservative side of the swing, and there's I think more people on the progressive side of the swing. But I'd say that Trump really needs to maybe just make more public atonement for his actions, because I think he often denies wrongdoing, and he needs to be more willing to admit it.
So, but 20 years from now, let's say he doesn't do that. If he had a successful presidency,
He might be dead 20 years from now.
You?
He would.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that won't his policies outlive him?
That's true.
So it doesn't matter as much about him. It matters the world that he creates.
And that it's white. It matters that the world that he creates is white.
He set a lot of policies that he didn't really work to put into action once he was actually in office.
No, I mean, look, no one's perfect. But
he said that he would advocate for.
Charlie Kirk is so based. Dude, no, he's... AK, man, I swear to God, dude, this guy would call you the most racist words you've never even heard. Like, if this guy saw you, as soon as you were out of earshot, he would be fucking calling you slurs, man. And you're just like over here, like glocking on his fucking dick, dude. It's so weird. Why?
Age limits in Congress, and he never actually did that. There's no constitutional amendment that has no process.
Age limits? Or you mean term limits?
Oh, sorry, term limits.
You're right. No, you're correct. Term limits. Yeah, that's very hard to pass, to be fair. Yeah.
It is very hard to pass.
But that's the way I want you to think about it. And what's your name again?
Arthur.
Arthur. Is that you want to think of the type of world you want to live in 20 years, less about the person. You depersonalize politics. They want you to over-personalize it. It's very emotional, very feeling.
It is very true. The
right?
Democrats very emotional.
Right, very vibes.
So he literally didn't even fucking convince him of anything.
Emotional, where we're saying, hey, what are the chess moves that the world you want to live in the next 20 years?
Yes.
He literally didn't convince him of shit, dude. Michelle Obama.
That mourning has also been mixed with my own personal grief. The last time I was here in my hometown was to memorialize my mother, the woman who showed me the meaning of
Chicago
and humility and decency, the woman who set my moral compass high and showed me the power of my own voice. Folks,
we're snapping. We're snapping here.
I still feel her loss so profoundly. I wasn't even sure if I'd be steady enough to stand before you tonight, but my heart compelled me to be here because of the sense
He didn't even make good points.
To honor her memory.
He didn't reconsider.
And to remind us all.
You're copying.
Not to squander.
We all watched the fucking video.
Our elders made to give us a better future. You see, my mom, in her steady, quiet way, lived out that striving sense of hope every single day of her life. She believed that all children, all people have value, that anyone can succeed if given the opportunity. She and my father didn't aspire to be
God,
wealthy.
AK, bro, you were just being annoying, dude.
Folks who
just go away, move on, man.
They
It's your
understood
last fucking warning, dude.
that it wasn't enough for their kids to thrive if everyone else around us was drowning. So my mother volunteered at the local school. She always looked out for the other kids on the block. She was glad to do the thankless, unglamorous work that for generations has strengthened the fabric of this nation. The belief that if you do unto others, if you love thy neighbor, if you work and scrape and sacrifice.
Yeah, please don't.
Off, if not for you, then maybe for your children or your grandchildren. You see, those values have been passed on through family farms and factory towns, through tree-lined streets and crowded tenements, through prayer groups and National Guard units and social studies classrooms. Those were the values my mother poured into me until her very last breath. Kamala Harris and I built our lives on those same foundational values. Even though our mothers grew up in ocean apart,
they just did a mass arrest.
they shared the same belief.
I haven't heard a number of people arrested though.
The promise of this country. That's why her mother moved here from India at 19. It's why she taught Kamala about justice, about the obligation to lift others up, about our responsibility to give more than we take. She'd often tell her daughter, don't sit around and complain about things, do something.
Guys, listen, it's a hard time to be AK, bro. The tides are turning. Like, the liberals are on the top. The polls are coming out. I think AK is, for the first time, having to reconcile the fact that Trump is a shit candidate. Trump has not got the fucking juice anymore. His policies are ass. America doesn't like him. He's a piece of shit.
With that voice in her head,
You know?
Kamala went out and she worked hard in school, graduating from an HBCU, earning her law degree at a state school. And then she went on to work for the people, fighting to hold lawbreakers accountable, strengthening the rule of law, fighting to get folks better wages, cheaper prescription drugs, a good education, decent health care, child care, elder care. From a middle-class household, Kamala worked her way up to become Vice President of the United States of America. My girl.
Bro, they love being like, she was working class. She was working class, guys.
For this moment.
They not like us, dude. I don't know, man.
She is one of the most qualified people ever to
They not like us.
the office of the presidency.
Yeah, Zingius, that's a bad opinion.
And
Like, dude, if you, like, why would you even think that that would be a thing, man? Like, acceleration part of me wants Trump to win so that we can start a mass revolution against capitalism. If we could, we would be right now. Okay? If we could be, we would be, right? We would be doing it right now. And it's going to be infinitely harder to do under Trump. Like, Trump would round us all the fuck up and deport us. He literally is already talking about that. Yeah.
she is one
It'll be way easier to do that. Right.
of the most dignified. A tribute to her mother, to my mother, and to your mother too. The
The
embodiment
fuck, Weird Mal? Are you
of the
serious?
stories we tell ourselves about this country.
Jesus, that's insane.
It's my story. It's the story of the vast.
I'm just sick of this society. Sorry for the take. No, I understand you. I get it. I mean, I want the revolution, you know, right now as well. I'm impatient as fuck too. But you just have to understand, like, Trump is really fucking dangerous. Like, he would just kill us all. Like, he would just kill us all. Like, it would be scary. Listen to him, brother. Listen to him speak about us. Listen to him speak about, like, the police. Listen to him, like, yeah, dude, he fucking hates us.
Vast majority of Americans trying to build a better life. Look, Kamala knows, like we do, that regardless of where you come from, what you look like, who you love, how you worship, or what's in your bank account, we all deserve the opportunity to build a decent life. All of our contributions deserve to be accepted.
Yeah, if you in here, right, exactly.
Because no one has a
Oh, this
monopoly
fucking chair,
on
dude.
what it means to be an American. No one. Kamala has shown her allegiance to this nation not by spewing anger and bitterness, but by living a life of service and always pushing the doors of opportunity open to others. She understands.
Ah, yes. The service of locking mothers in prison.
Afforded the grace of failing forward.
I saw my neighbor's child. They weren't at school today. Officer, lock the mom in a fucking cage. That's the kind of community service you can expect from Kamala.
We will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth.
That's true, and also a big thing to say. Talking about wealth gap.
Bankrupt a business, if we bankrupt a business or choke in a crisis, we don't get a second, third, or fourth chance. If things go our way, we don't have the luxury of whining or cheating others to get further ahead. No. We don't get to change the rules so we always win. If we see a mountain in front of us, we don't expect there to be an escalator waiting to take us to the top.
Oh yeah, Ree, I'm sorry. I couldn't find you earlier. But I'm glad we got to see you.
Put our heads down. We get to work. In America,
Yeah, I like to move around a lot.
And throughout her entire life, that's what we've seen from Kamala Harris. The steel of her spine, the steadiness of her upbringing, the honesty of her example, and yes, the joy of her laughter and her light.
Yeah, like, right.
It couldn't be more obvious.
Ideas like, I'm a woman. Like, ideas like, I'm happier as a woman, and that's really none of your fucking business.
Of the two major candidates in this race,
fuck off.
only Kamala Harris truly understands the unseen labor and unwavering commitment that has always made America great.
Yeah, ideas like immigrants are humans, right?
Now, unfortunately,
Like healthcare should be free. Police shouldn't murder people. These are the radical ideas
her truth.
that Trump fucking hates us for.
My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I gotta. Did anybody watch Jill Biden's speech last night? Like, did she have this kind of smoke? I feel like she's doing really well as far as these speeches go. That woman is sobbing. Dude, not a dry eye. Did you see that woman?
I want to know.
She was fucking crying her eyes out.
Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
She's gonna blow the roof off this place. People are having spiritual experiences. Holy fuck, look at the crowd, dude.
Old Khan.
Look at the crowd. They're all losing their minds.
His same old Khan, doubling down on ugly, misogynistic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better.
True.
Because cutting our health care, taking away
Austin Show is crying.
our bodies, the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did, those things are not going to improve the health outcomes of our wives, mothers, and daughters. Shutting down the Department of Education, banning our books, none of that will prepare our kids for the future. Demonizing our children
Oh, dude, I bet
who they are and
$1,000 on that, Lily.
doesn't make anybody's life better.
Dude, that woman's shocked into her.
Instead,
She's always been great at speeches. I don't know if I've ever. I feel like I've heard her speak once or twice, but
going small is never the answer.
I know she's always been a very charismatic figure.
Opposite of what we teach our kids. Going small is petty, it's unhealthy, and quite frankly, it's unpresidential.
Oh yeah, the we go low, or we go high. They go when they go low, we go high.
So
that kind of stuff.
Why?
I remember that speech.
Any of us accept this from anyone seeking our highest office? Why would we normalize that type of backward leadership? Doing so only demeans and cheapens our politics. It only serves to further discourage good, big-hearted people from wanting to get involved at all. America, our parents taught us better than that, and we deserve so much better than that. That's why we must do everything in our power to elect 2 of those good, big-hearted people. There is no other choice than Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. No other choice.
What about Cornel West? Hello. What about brother Cornel West? What about Claudia de la Cruz, huh?
Embrace this renewed sense of hope.
Just kidding.
Let us not forget the despair.
Yeah, gang. You're right. I mean, you're right. Like, Trump has never been a great candidate. However, in a way, I think he's like I don't know. I mean, obviously, in like 2020, there's a lot going on, right? Like COVID, obviously, like, you know, Trump's, like George Floyd, like that was just like a shit year that everybody's life sucked. So it makes sense that an incumbent would have like a hard time regardless of who it is under those circumstances. But Trump was like uniquely bad at it. And like people fucking hated that guy. And I think people still hate that guy, but he also has like a psychotic, his fan base is just psychopath. Like they literally worship him as a god, as like a deity figure, which is very scary. It's very scary. Even if he loses, I think we're gonna see a lot of rise in right-wing political violence.
Forget what we are up against. Yes, Kamala and Tim are doing great now. We're loving it. They're packing arenas across the country. Folks are energized. We are feeling good.
We were not feeling that way under Biden.
Remember, there are still so many people who are desperate for a different outcome, who are ready to question and criticize every move Kamala makes, who are eager to spread those lies, who don't want to vote for a woman, who will continue to prioritize building their wealth over ensuring that everyone has enough.
Come on, dude. Come on, bro.
Good we feel tonight.
You're not offering anything against those people.
Tonight or tomorrow or the next day. This is going to be an uphill battle. So, folks, we cannot be our own worst enemies. No.
I don't think she was talking about Palestine. I think she was trying to like make an othering group referencing like Republicans. And honestly, it's kind of surprising to hear in a speech like this because usually they don't. Usually, people. I feel like since the like basket of deplorables. Or whatever it was, the deplorables comment by Hillary, like people have kind of learned that that's kind of like a failing strategy. You know what I mean? And so it's like a different thing. Or I feel like people are more. I don't know. Just like I think like Democratic politicians avoid like generalizing the Trump fan base since that, which I think maybe is a mistake. I think they could do it. I don't know if this was the right way to do it. That still felt a little bit like, you know, maybe people who are on the fence, maybe swing voters might feel like they're catching strays there, you know, which, hey man, if the shoe fits, you know what I mean? If the shoe fits.
Something goes wrong. The minute a lie takes hold, folks, we cannot start wringing our hands. We cannot get a Goldilocks complex about whether everything is just right.
Okay, now she's talking about Palestinians. Now she's talking about the left.
We cannot indulge our anxieties about whether this country will elect someone like Kamala instead of doing everything we can to get someone like Kamala elected. Kamala and Tim, they have lived amazing lives. And I am confident that they will lead with compassion, inclusion, and grace.
I wonder where this router is even.
They are still only human. They are not perfect. And like all of us, they will make mistakes. But luckily, y'all...
Michelle would have given the Dems a better chance of winning. I don't know. I don't think I agree. She has no like experience. Like she's never ran an election before. You know what I mean? That'd be weird. Like we have no idea what her policy would be or anything. Like I think that'd be a big misplay. If she wants to, yeah, like if she wants to, she could just run as like a senator or something. Like run for mayor of Chicago or some shit. I don't know.
This is not just...
She didn't want to run? Yeah, I don't know why we would think she would.
This is up to us, all of us, to be the solution that we seek.
Yeah, but Trump was like an outsider. She's not. She's like both not qualified and not an outsider. You know what I mean?
It's up to all of us to be the antidote to the darkness and division. Look, I don't care how you identify politically, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or none of the above. This is our time to stand up for what we know in our hearts is right. To stand up, not just for our basic freedoms, but for decency and humanity, for basic respect, dignity, and empathy, for the values at the very foundation of this democracy. It's up to us to remember what Kamala's mother told her. Don't just sit around and complain. Do something.
No, sorry. A123 soup. Like she's struggling with Jewish voters. Where? New York, California. Like where? In which swing state are Jewish voters like a significant voting bloc? In New York will be blue for like the next 50 years, dude. What are you talking about? Like that's inconsequential in an election. In Pennsylvania? Nah, dude. Also, Shapiro came with a fuckload of really bad baggage. Like the right wing would have absolutely ripped that guy's a new asshole and destroyed his entire like career. But since you're asking, I do have something that we can look at in regards to this. Because as you say that I don't even like really take your like I think Jewish people are gonna vote for the Democratic Party. Why wouldn't they? But since you're asking, here's some data to back this up. Democrats and independents were asked, are you more or less likely to support a Democratic nominee who pledges to withhold weapons to Israel? In Pennsylvania, 34% are more likely for Democrats and independents. Only 7% are less likely. In Georgia, that number drops to 5% are less likely if they withhold weapons to Israel, versus 39% are more likely. Like this, and we've been saying this for a long time, right? Like the amount of people who want to, who will set out if the genocide continues. This is the first time. Also, bro, like Jewish people are not a fucking monolith. Jewish people are not a monolith, brother. Like, there's so many Jews that are actually like against the shit happening right now. All right, let's listen to Obama.
Without question, that my first big decision as your nominee turned out to be one of my best. And that was asking Joe Biden to serve by my side as vice president.
Military helicopter flyover.
Other than some common Irish blood, Joe and I come from different backgrounds, but we became brothers. And as we worked together for 8, sometimes pretty tough years, what I came to admire most about Joe wasn't just his smarts, his experience. It was his empathy and his decency and his hard-earned resilience, his unshakable belief that everyone in this country deserves a fair shot. And over the last 4 years, those are the values America.
Yeah, why are we talking about Joe? Why are we talking about Joe?
At a time when millions of our fellow citizens were sick and dying, we needed a leader with the character to put politics aside and do what was right. At a time when our economy was reeling, we needed
Why are we talking about Joe Biden?
determination to drive what would become the world's strongest recovery. 15 million jobs, higher wages, lower health care costs. At a time when the other party had turned into a cult of personality, we needed a leader who was steady and brought people together.
You know how expensive speechwriters are now? I know. To get a rewrite?
The rarest thing there is in politics, putting his own ambition aside for the sake of the country.
True. He's so generous. It totally wasn't a massive revolt.
Joe Biden as an outstanding president who defended democracy at a moment of great danger. And I am proud to call him my president, but I am even prouder to call him my friend.
Hold on. I want to can I just drop this? I feel like this really should have ended the conversation, but you're still yapping, so I'm just going to drop this in the chat. You can study it all you want. Oh, Grimlow, thank you, Grimlow, for linking that in the chat. W Grimlow. Everybody go follow Grimlow.
The torch has been passed. Now it is up to all of us to fight for the America we believe in. And make no mistake, it will be a fight. For all the incredible energy we've been able to generate over the last few weeks, for all the rallies and the memes.
Yeah, say one. Hawk 2 on him.
It will still be a tight race in a closely divided country. A country where too many Americans are still struggling. Where a lot of Americans don't believe government can help. And as we gather here tonight, the people who will decide this election are asking a very simple question. Who will fight for me? Who's thinking about my future, about my children's future, about our future together? One thing is for certain, Donald Trump is not losing sleep over that question. Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala.
So this is a cult, right? Yeah, the DNC, yeah.
There's the nicknames. the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Oh my God, he referenced a dick. He said, weird obsession with, he said, your dick is small, dude.
It just goes on
He hit him with a dick joke?
and on.
He said, you got that mushroom dick like Toad from Mario.
Compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day.
What? Huh?
Now, from a neighbor, that's exhausting. From a president, it's just dangerous.
What does he mean by that?
The truth is, Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than it means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him and his rich friends. He killed a bipartisan immigration deal written in part by one of the most conservative Republicans in Congress that would have helped secure our southern border because he thought trying to actually solve the problem would hurt his campaign. He doesn't.
Yeah, Becca's here.
Boo. Vote.
Do not boo, vote.
He doesn't seem to care if more women lose their.
No, they're not booing him. They're booing. He's talking about Trump, and they're like, "Boo! We hate Trump." And then he's like, "Don't boo, vote."
It won't affect
You can only do one.
his life. And most of all, Donald Trump wants us to think that this country is hopelessly divided between us and them. Between the real Americans, who of course support him, and the outsiders who don't.
No, I don't think she did, dude. I think that guy was being annoying as fuck.
And he wants you to think
I think it might have been an alt account actually.
that you'll be richer
He showed up right when AK left.
and safer if you will just give him the power to put those
Yeah, I think you're right, Becca.
other people back in their place. It is one of the oldest tricks in politics. From a guy whose act has, let's face it, gotten pretty stale. We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before.
Yeah, we've all been watching it for 4 years. Bluster and bumbling and chaos. How could you describe Biden better?
And we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
That's right, Ree. You are right. Don Cheadle in the house? What the heck?
America's ready for a new chapter. America's ready for a better story. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris is ready for the job. This is a person who has spent her life fighting on behalf of people who need a voice and a champion. As you heard from Michelle, Kamala was not born into privilege.
Her dad was a professor emeritus at Stanford. What are we doing? Her mom was like a biochemical engineer or like a fucking medical research.
Had to work for what
took a long time to say Kamala's name. I know.
She's got. And she actually cares about what other people are going through. She's not the neighbor running the leaf blower. She's the neighbor rushing over to help when you need a hand. As a prosecutor,
is she though?
Kamala stood up for children who had been victims of sexual abuse. As an attorney general of the most populous state in the country, she
just did her job.
fought big banks and for-profit colleges.
Wait, why are they cheering?
Abuse. As an attorney general of the most populous state in the country,
Oh, it's just like people from California like losing their minds at being mentioned. Yeah, California.
Fought big banks and for-profit colleges, securing billions of dollars for the people they had scammed. After the home mortgage crisis, she pushed me and my administration hard to make sure homeowners got a fair settlement. Didn't matter that I was a Democrat. Didn't matter that she had knocked on doors for my campaign in Iowa. She was going to fight to get as much relief as possible for the families who deserved it. As Vice President,
no.
She helped take on the drug companies to cap the cost of insulin, lower the cost of health care, give families with kids a tax cut. And she is running for president with real plans to lower costs even more and protect Medicare and Medicaid and sign a law to guarantee every woman's right to make her own health care decisions. In other words, Kamala Harris won't be focused on her problems. She'll be focused on yours.
Oh, yeah.
As president, she won't just cater to her.
My problems, like Palestine. Like, it's really a problem for me that, Palestinians are, fighting back. Like, that's a big problem for me. So I need her to work on that.
Supporters and punish those.
In fact, if they could just send hundreds of billions of dollars, you know what I mean, over.
Those who refuse to kiss the ring.
That's her thinking about me.
She'll work on behalf of every American. That's who Kamala is. And in the White House, she will have an outstanding partner in Governor Tim Walz. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I love this guy. Tim is the kind of person who should be in politics. Born in a small town, served his country, taught kids, coached football, took care of his neighbors.
I know, he
knows who he is.
He was reading a list for Kamala. It was very measured. It was just here's Kamala, here are her policies, here's her story, basically. And then for Tim Walz, it's I fucking love this guy. This guy's my homie, brother. He is invited to the barbecue. Kamala was a prosecutor.
Yes. And he knows what's important. You can tell those flannel shirts he wears don't come from some political consultant. They come from his closet, and they have been through some stuff. They have been through some stuff. That's right.
You're right. He comes right in him all the time.
Tim have kept faith with America's central story. A story that says we are all created equal. All of us endowed with certain inalienable rights, that everyone deserves a chance, that even when we don't agree with each other, we can find a way to live with each other. That's Kamala's vision.
It comes to mind when you hear Obama's name. Drone strikes, deportation, suppression of Occupy. Those are things that
Tim's vision. That's the
Kunduz Hospital.
Democratic Party's vision. And our job over the next 11 weeks is to convince as many people as possible to vote for that vision.
Yeah, bailouts.
Now, it won't be easy. The other side knows it's easier to play on people's fears and cynicism, always has been. They will tell you that government is inherently corrupt, that sacrifice and generosity are for suckers. And since the game is rigged, it's okay to take what you want and just look after your own. That's the easy path. We have a different task. Our job is to convince people that democracy can actually deliver. And in doing that, we can't just point to what we've already accomplished. We can't just rely on the ideas of the past. We need to chart
This is tonight.
A new way forward to meet the challenges of today. And Kamala understands this.
This is protesters tonight in the DNC. Audience member of the DNC in Chicago holding banner that says "Free, Free Palestine." They're soon escorted out. Oh, it's a small banner. I was like right at the beginning of the speech too. Interesting. Interesting. I'm always like, I don't know. I guess it's just like, you know, nobody.
For example, that if we
people aren't chill.
Easier for more young people to buy a home.
God damn it! Can I fucking pause? Not everybody's like chill with confrontation and shit. I understand, but like, I feel like if you're gonna do this and you're gonna get kicked out, like, why give up so easy? You know what I mean? She like pulled it so quick. The guy was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you need to leave," and she was like, "Okie dokie."
We need to build more units and clear away some of the outdated laws and regulations that made it harder to build homes for working people in this country. That is a priority, and she's put out a bold new plan to do just that.
Okay.
On health.
So like their answer to housing is build more and with less regulation. Like, I agree there's a lot of problems with zoning. There's a lot of problems with zoning, but like regulation that makes it safer to live in, to like have a house, that's not good. Like, you know, like houses should be safe. They should be held up to like building codes and shit. But if you were talking about like zoning laws, like single family home zoning laws in Los Angeles, like, and like, you know, not being able to build like higher, you know, structure housing units, then that fucking sucks, you know?
Healthcare, we should
like we really like don't need more housing, because especially if it's not affordable. Like, we actually have a lot of housing, but it's like people buy it and use it as a speculative figure, and like there's like almost no punishment for just like sitting on a fucking housing unit without renting it or anything like that, you know? Like vacancy taxes or something that can actually like genuinely help to bring down rents and like force landlords to like actually rent unrented properties and shit like that.
All be proud of the enormous progress that we've made through the.
But also, it's like build more housing, like public. Can we do that as the government? Can we build public housing again? Like, I think that is like a really good idea. Like,
Affordable Care Act, providing millions of people access to affordable coverage, protecting millions more from unscrupulous insurance practices.
yeah.
Notice, by the way,
I love the Affordable Care Act. You know, I just had to spend 3 fucking hours going between providers and my insurance and having them both on the line. I just spent 3 fucking hours so I can get an appointment tomorrow because I have fucking COVID.
Way that since it's become popular, they don't call it Obamacare no more. But Kamala knows we can't stop there, which is why she'll keep working to limit out-of-pocket costs. Kamala knows that if we want to help people get ahead, we need to put a college degree within reach of more Americans. But But she also knows college shouldn't be the only ticket to the middle class. We need to follow the lead of governors.
Bro, they're crying.
If you've got the skills and the drive, you shouldn't need a degree to work for state government. And in this new economy, we need a president who actually cares about the millions of people all across this country who wake up every single day to do the essential, often thankless work, to care for our sick, to clean our streets.
Yeah, Elysium. I mean, that's fine, but like if you're out of town, do you understand? You know what I mean? Like I live in LA. I'm in Chicago. I happen to, test positive today off of random happens. Like just shit luck, really. But like the only coverage that I have from my insurance is for emergency and urgent care. And I will say my insurance covers it, but like talking to people from Illinois. Oh, you're in Europe, so we get yeah. yeah. Okay. I thought you were defending like an American insurance company. Let me explain to you what's going on though. Like I can't just go to a fucking doctor in Illinois because my insurance is from California. And so like I have to go through all of these loops, and when I talk to the person I talked to the fucking person in Illinois, and they're like, I've never heard of this insurance company that you're going through. And I'm like, okay, well, it's like through the state. It's through the Affordable Care Act. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I got it through the marketplace. It's like, I think it's run by the city of LA or something. And then like I had to call the insurance company and get her to explain that to the fucking lady. And it's just like,
there are packages. The president who will stand up for their right to bargain for better wages and working conditions. And Kamala will be that president.
He's talking about labor there? He had one line about labor?
For their right to bargain for better wages and working conditions. And Kamala will be that president.
Yeah, I know, Ree. I like literally, yeah.
Yes, she can.
Do you have COVID symptoms? Yeah, I've had a lot of gastro problems all day today. Like vomiting and pooping. Bad pooping. And then also my throat hurts, but I don't know if that's just because I was screaming a lot yesterday. And a little bit this morning. And I don't know if that caused it. And I've also just been really fatigued. I've been really fatigued and like just kind of like body aches. Like I'm feeling body aches a lot, and I think it's just from sitting in this chair. I probably can't go for much longer. I'm not gonna lie. I keep thinking I have it. Yeah, honestly I am surprised I have it. And like, let me just, dude, I'm surprised. Sorry, we're gonna finish this. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm pausing and shit. Like everybody here's the real ones. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys are chill with it. But like, I isolated for like a week. I isolated for like a week before the DNC. I wore a mask. No, I wore a mask at the airport the entire way. I wore a mask in the Uber from the airport. Like I was masked up the entire time. I was so fucking safe. Like I was very, very cautious, and like I was very much trying not to get COVID. Like I was like very, very conscious of it. I knew cases were spiking. I was like, I'm wearing a mask like every time I'm in a closed space with a stranger. And I still got fucking COVID. Yeah, Becca and I didn't leave the house hardly at all last week. Is Graham showing any symptoms? No. He's not. He tested negative too, so he's gonna have some really fire content for you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna sit at home and watch it and cry. But guys, tomorrow morning watch Grimlow, and like in the afternoon watch Grimlow. Watch Grimlow. He's going down to Little Palestine and like interviewing a Palestinian chatter who's really, really, really cool. I spoke with him at the march. Yeah, you can cry with me.
education.
I know, if I could get in there, you know, like, yeah, I should be like, yo, can I get that VIP pass? Can you give me a meeting with Biden? I need to speak with Obama. I need Obama's number right now.
Can help us move past some of the tired old debates that keep stifling progress.
Yeah, where's Fetterman staying at?
Because
I'll just go lick all the door handles at the Intercontinental and the Hilton. Just go to the Hilton and the Intercontinental and just like lick every doorknob.
At their core.
And warn the workers. I'll be like, hey guys, like, you know, don't use that door. Don't use that door, and for the real shitty ones, tell them to use that door, you know?
Kamala and Tim understand that when everybody gets a fair shot, we are all better off. They understand that when every child gets a good education, the whole economy gets stronger.
I hope you get back on your feet soon. Me too. I think it'll pass, but I think I'm cooked for this whole week, unfortunately. I'm pretty much fucking toast. I don't really see a situation. I mean, if I feel like totally 100% better tomorrow, I'll test again on Thursday. And if I test negative, then like maybe. But I think it's probably a bad idea. I'm probably just cooked. Can you get some Paxlovid? I have an appointment tomorrow, so I'm hoping to, but I don't know. I want it, but
are paid the same as men for doing the same job. All families benefit. They understand.
Wait, what did you say, Prodigy? What did Prodigy say? Oh, you said go hug some cops at the consulate protest? Well, that protest is over already. And then Rebel said he's going to end up with swine flu doing that. Yeah, that's funny.
Can secure our borders without tearing kids away from their parents. Just like we can keep our streets safe while also building.
Yeah, I feel really bad. I mean, like, Grim and I are sharing this Airbnb, and I really don't want to get him sick. So that's why I'm masking right now, because I don't want to be like breathing all over the space that he's gonna use to stream on and shit. Like, I'm trying to save my homie.
And the communities they serve, and eliminating bias, that will make it better for everybody. Donald Trump and his well-heeled donors, they don't see the world that way. For them, one group's gains is necessarily another group's loss. For them, freedom means that the powerful can do pretty much what they please, whether it's fire workers trying to organize a union, or put poison in our rivers, or avoid paying taxes like everybody else has to do. Well, we have a broader idea of freedom. We believe in the freedom to provide for your family if you're willing to work. The freedom to breathe clean air and drink clean water and send your kids to school without worrying if they'll come home. We believe that true freedom gives each of us the right to make decisions about our own life, how we worship, what our family looks like, how many kids we have, who we marry. And we believe that freedom requires us to recognize that other people have.
It's crazy that he was saying like that you can drink clean water. Like that was, yeah, Flint was under you. Like on the climate, you were awful. You were fucking trash on the climate, dude.
Have the freedom to make choices that are different than ours. That's okay.
Cut to the girl on her phone? Don't do that. Why'd you do that?
The America Kamala Harris and Tim Walz believe in. An America where we the people includes everyone. Because that's the only way this American experiment works. And despite what our politics might suggest, I think most Americans understand that. Democracy isn't just a bunch of abstract principles and dusty laws in some book somewhere. It's the values we live by. It's the way we treat each other, including those who don't look like us, or pray like us, or see the world exactly like we do.
Boring.
That sense of mutual respect has to be part of our message. Our politics have become so polarized these days that all of us across the political spectrum seem so quick to assume the worst in others, unless they agree with us on every single issue. We start thinking that the only way to win is to scold and shame and out-yell the other side.
True.
And after a while, regular folks just tune out. Or they don't bother to vote.
Tuned out. Cut to someone tuned out.
Now that approach may work for the politicians who just want attention and thrive on division. But it won't work for us to make progress on the things we care about, the things that really affect people's lives. We need to remember that we've all got our blind spots and contradictions and prejudices, and that if we want to win over those who aren't yet ready to support our candidates, we need to listen to their concerns and maybe learn something in the process. After all, if a parent or grandparent occasionally says something that makes us cringe, we don't automatically assume they're bad people. We recognize that the world is moving fast, that they need time and maybe a little encouragement to catch up.
It is not moving fast at all, dude. What are we talking about? What?
Our fellow citizens deserve the same grace we hope they'll extend to us.
Yeah, you don't come for Obama's documentary shit, okay? Obama's documentary production house actually low-key makes some fire fucking movies, man. Some really, really incredible films. Some of my favorite documentaries of the last few years have come out of Obama's camp.
That's how we can build a true Democratic majority. One that can get things done. And by the way, that does not just matter to the people in this country. The rest of the world is watching to see if we can actually pull this off. No nation.
Yeah, that is it too. It's like they should know better, but you have to understand that this is all just like, I mean, come on, like, you know, this is like convenient rhetoric that they can use now so that they get elected, and they can, like, you know, continue to enrich themselves.
Tried.
And people that are in their class, like, it's a big club and you're not in it.
A democracy as big and as diverse as ours before. One that includes people that over decades
Felipe,
have come from every corner of the
it is 20 minutes from the top of the hour.
Community are defined not by race or blood, but by a common.
The gaslighting hurts. I feel that too.
And that's why when we uphold our values, the world's a little brighter.
Is theater, yeah.
When we don't, the world's a little dimmer. And dictators and autocrats feel emboldened.
It's also like,
over time
I think especially these two last speeches that we've watched, like nothing is interesting. Like nothing. This is all like really old rhetoric that we've heard for 8 years. Like this is like, I feel like this Obama speech could have come in like 2012. Like there's nothing new, nothing interesting. Like if anything, it like almost points out that like, wow, you guys have really done nothing. Like you're still running on the exact same shit you run on for my entire life, and you just don't have, like, you have nothing to show for it. Like, why aren't we progressing then? Why aren't we getting any of these things, like right to abortion? Like we're going backwards. Like why aren't you addressing that?
Become less safe. We shouldn't be the world's policeman, and we can't eradicate every cruelty and injustice in the world. But America can be and must be a force for good. Discouraging conflict, fighting disease, promoting human rights.
Never ever has been that.
Planet from climate change.
Never ever has been that. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Bring peace. That's what Kamala Harris believes, and so do most Americans.
Yeah, it's a fucking... Nobody believes that shit, dude. It's a lie. Protecting the world from climate change? Are you serious?
I know these ideas can feel pretty naive right now. We live in a time of such confusion and rancor.
What up, Cold Star? Breaking news! Breaking news from Cold Star. Barbecue wraps and sandwiches confirmed coming to Jimmy John's soon. Thank you. This has been a Cold Star Jimmy John's menu leak. Thank you so much for providing this on the ground reporting, Cold Star. We appreciate that.
Culture that puts a premium on things that don't last. Money, fame, status, likes. We chase the approval of strangers on our phones.
No, they're on my computer.
Walls and fences around ourselves, and then we wonder why we feel so alone. We don't trust each other as much because we don't take the time to know each other.
Yo, Javelina, thank you for the sub.
Between us, politicians and algorithms teach us to caricature each other and troll
You at home? Yeah, I got fucking COVID, dude.
and fear each other. But here's the good news, Chicago. All across America, in big cities and small towns, away from all the noise, the ties that bind.
Yo, thanks for all the follows, guys.
We still coach Little League.
For everybody who just joined, I tested positive today, and so I will not be able to do any of the fucking DNC shit. Hassan sent us. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you, guys.
And look out for our elderly neighbors. We still feed the hungry in churches and mosques and synagogues.
It's all good. It's just bad luck, dude. I just got shit luck, man. I'm really sad about it. I am really sad about it, but I just want to keep everybody else safe, and I gotta take the L here, bro. I gotta take the fucking L here.
And temples. We share the same pride when our Olympic athletes compete for the gold. Because the vast majority of us do not want to live in a country that's bitter and divided. We want something better. We want to be better. And the joy and the excitement that we're seeing around this campaign tells us we're not alone.
Joy. Can you at least give Hillary code? Yeah, I said I was going to go to the Intercontinental and lick all the doorknobs.
These past few months because, as Michelle mentioned, this summer we lost her mom.
No, Grandma's negative, and so we're trying to separate from each other.
And I don't know.
That's why I'm wearing a mask in here. Because I'm on his setup, basically. And I didn't want to get everything all covered in COVID shit.
Has ever loved their mother-in-law.
You flying home? No, I'm gonna wait. I mean, I don't want to fly right now.
Any more than I love mine. Mostly it's because she was funny and wise and the least pretentious person I knew. That, and she always defended me with Michelle when I messed up.
Go shake Charlie Kirk's hand. I'm sorry, hold. Fuck, hold. No. No. Never. You never see me doing that.
I'd hide behind her. But I also think one of the reasons Mary and I became so close was she reminded me of my grandmother, the woman who helped raise me as a child. And on the surface, the two of them did not have a lot in common. One was a black woman from right here, south side of Chicago, right down the way. Went to Englewood High School. The other was a little old white lady born in a tiny town called Peru, Kansas.
Peru?
Now, I know there aren't that many people from Peru.
No, I never heard of that shit. I grew up around. I'm from Kansas City. I ain't never heard of Peru, bro.
And yet they shared a basic outlook on life. They were strong, smart, resourceful, full of common sense, who, regardless of the barriers they encountered, and
thanks for the love, everybody.
Women growing up in the 40s and 50s and 60s, they encountered barriers. They still went about their business without fuss or complaint.
Oh, God.
And provided an unshakable foundation of love for their children and their grandchildren.
What is he saying? Is he like giving a shout out to people, being like, what the fuck? He's like, what does he mean here?
In that sense, they both represented an entire generation of working people.
Like, why is he being like, yeah, it was really bad for them and they didn't fuss and they didn't complain? Like, what, dude? You know how it got better for them? By them fucking fussing and complaining. Like, what's the value of that kind of peacefulness? Like, what the fuck?
Who through war and depression, discrimination and limited opportunity,
they suffered quietly. Yeah, they were good women. Great wives.
A lot of them toiled every day at jobs that were often too small for them and didn't pay a lot. They willingly went without just to keep a roof over their family.
No way.
Just to give their...
What the fuck was Hassan saying? Are you guys just like drama farming or what? What the fuck did Hassan say? You guys really think he's getting kicked out and that he's getting his credentials removed? What the fuck did he say?
Children something better.
He was yelling at a chatter and he got kicked out? That's awesome. That's funny as fuck.
But they knew what...
I mean, I've been pausing, so this is probably over already, by the way.
True.
I've been pausing a lot. I've been like reacting and pausing and talking about it. Yeah, it's probably over. Yeah, it's over.
Things like honesty and integrity, kindness and hard work. They weren't...
No, I think chat's just being little drama frogs, dude.
Bullies. They didn't think putting other people down lifted you up or made you strong.
Oh.
They didn't spend a lot of time obsessing about what they didn't have. Instead,
Dave.
They appreciated what they did. They found pleasure in simple things. A card game with friends, a good meal, and laughter around the kitchen table. Helping others. And most of all, seeing their children do things and go places that they would have never imagined for themselves. Whether you are a Democrat or a Republican or somewhere in between.
It's okay. It's not that bad drama farming. They're just
like that in our lives.
They're just retelling a situation more dramatic than it actually was.
Who crossed oceans because they believed in the promise of America. People like Tim's parents who taught him about the importance of service. Good, hard-working people who weren't famous or powerful, but who managed in countless
What up, Mari? Good to see you, Mari.
to lead this country.
Hey, Mari. I didn't want to say anything in chat, but Grimlow had you up on his phone earlier today when you yelled at that chatter, and I want to say it was really, really sweet. I felt loved, and I felt like you really had my back, and that was really, really sweet. So thank you, Mari.
Just a little bit better than they found it. As much.
Everybody go follow Mari. Everybody go follow J. Marianne. Let's get a shout out going.
Policy or program, I believe that's what we yearn for. A return to an America where we work together and look out for each other. A restoration.
Oh my God, is this true, Becca? Hassan was banned from the top of the hour ad break? Is that true, Becca? Is that true?
Of what Lincoln called on the eve of Civil War.
It is. It's true. It is. There's an ad break. It's coming at the top of the hour. But luckily, you guys can avoid it. You don't have to get banned from it. You can avoid it by subscribing for $5.99 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or maybe you could get gifted a sub. We have a lot of community members who are sitting in here eating all these ad breaks, and they deserve to see the uninterrupted content. You know what I mean? But also, guys, by the way, I didn't get to see because I can't see the alerts on my stream. But thank you guys for juicing me so much yesterday. You guys were so fucking generous with your subs and everything yesterday. I didn't even know that was all happening, but really, really appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Our bonds of affection.
That definitely helps me. I feel like I spent a lot of money to come here. Like I was probably not going to be making money on Twitch this month. I'm still like putting in more than I'm getting out of it. But that helps a lot. And especially now that like I have COVID. And so I'm fucking roasted for the rest of the week. Like I can't do shit except for this. And this fucking sucks, you know? But Fizz blasted you out tonight? Fuck yeah, dude.
An America that taps what he called the better angels of our nature.
Is there any... You guys already saw this. Is there anything interesting in the last bit of this? Is it just boring for the rest of this, too? Because I'm not gonna lie, this has been boring as fuck. It's just boring? Okay, fuck that shit. Alright, fuck that shit then. Let's watch these two videos here, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So first off, let's watch this AJ Plus video, why Chicago's Little Palestine isn't voting for Kamala. This looks really good. And also, I wanted to watch this as a plug for tomorrow morning. Bersilium! Let's fucking go with the 10 gifted, bro. Thank you. Let's fucking go, Bersilium. Yo, I met Bersilium yesterday. It was fucking awesome. Handsome ass guy, dude. Bersilium is such a stud, dude. He's a fucking little, like, smoker, bro. Sleeper build. Prodigy, too, low-key. Low-key, we got, like, the best... Low-key, we got, like, the best-looking mod team, I think, on the entire platform. I think if there was, like, a mod Olympics, we would win best-looking mods. For sure. Like, I think we got it locked, dude. Like, it's probably not even close. Not as hot as streamer? I mean, I don't know. You haven't seen them. You haven't seen them. But no, it's really, really cool to meet you, Bersilium. Thank you for being out there. Eric Plays, thank you so much for the gifted. And thank you for continuing your gifted. That helps a lot, too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, that helps a lot. But anyway, as I was saying, tomorrow morning, Grimlow planned this stream with a chatter from Chicago who's like a Palestinian activist I was trying to get a bunch of my friends, my Palestinian friends in Chicago, to like participate, but we haven't heard back from them and stuff. And now I have COVID. We were gonna do this stream together tomorrow, and it was gonna be like a really cool like Anthony Bourdain kind of thing where we really like see Little Palestine and like talk to like people in Palestine or Little Palestine and Palestinians in Chicago about what's going on with the DNC and their opinions on it and everything. It's gonna be such a good stream. Grimlow's still gonna do it tomorrow morning, so please, everybody in here, please go check out Grimlow's stream tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking incredibly fire content, and I really, really am looking forward to it. And I'm gonna watch it and be in the chat and just be crying that I'm not there. I'm gonna sit in my room and I'm gonna cry that I'm not there. But you guys sit in the chat with me and we can all cry together that I'm not there. So, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Khalil from Gaza just landed in Chicago to receive medical treatment.
By the way, shout out Heal. Shout out Heal Palestine. Heal Palestine is doing a lot of these these like reunions and like bringing of children, crippled children and like disabled children back into America right now from Gaza. Donate to Heal Palestine. Truly, and follow Heal Palestine on Instagram too. Heal is incredible. I think they're like the best account that I follow regarding in terms of like donations and shit like that. Okay, we just can't search. All right, whatever. It's Heal Palestine.
That is what.
What time is the Grimlow stream tomorrow? 1 second. I can actually find that out.
This election is about.
What time will he go live tomorrow? He usually goes live around 7 a.m. Central Time, which is mad early for me. But I think he's gonna. Let me see. Hold on. I think it'll be like early or like late morning, early afternoon maybe.
I believe that's why if we each do our part over the next.
When he goes, yeah, he starts at 7, so he'll probably do desktop and then do that.
If we make phone calls, if we talk to our friends, if we listen to our neighbors.
Why did I? No, not this. No, that's not what we're fucking watching.
He lost both legs to Israeli bombing in April and was welcomed by members of the biggest Palestinian community in the U.S. Tens of thousands of Palestinians call this area home. The city of Chicago is also about to host the Democratic National Convention. As the U.S. continues to arm Israel on Gaza, many from this community feel betrayed by the party they've historically supported.
The entire world is watching. They're going to see the biggest protest for Palestinian rights ever in the history of Chicago.
As the death toll in Gaza rises to over 40,000 killed, we talk to organizers and community members in Chicago's Little Palestine about their message to the Democratic Party and how they might vote this November. We met up with Palestinian American organizer Nida Sahouri. In the community, she's known as Khalto Nida, or Aunt Nida, and she's seen at all the protests.
What's the alternative? The alternative is just to sit home and just do nothing and just criticize. I believe that if you want to change something, you have to change it with your hands.
In May, she ripped up a permit application to protest at the DNC after city police raided an encampment at DePaul University.
We're gonna be protesting no matter what. Thank you.
Nida says that in the 40 years she's lived in Chicago, she's witnessed the Palestinian community grow significantly.
So you just feel like you're in Palestine. That's why it's called Little Palestine. You feel like you're in the West Bank. When my mom came and visited me the first time, she's like, oh, it feels like you're in Ramallah. So you see the culture, you see the stores with Arabic names.
We met with her at her house, which was filled with artifacts from her homeland.
Tattoos is very important for Palestinians because every city had its own colors and its own
It's so pretty. That's so cool, actually. I love that artwork.
So traditionally it was for dresses for women, and now they're just making a lot of different things with it. Now Israel is trying to steal the embroidery. If you go there, they claim it. They're claiming our embroidery now, and that's why we want to try to make sure that we.
The cultural cannibalism has got to be like one of the most insane, like shameless shit. That's like it's so disgusting to me. Like, why can't you just have your own shit? Like, why? Why do you have to fucking take shit? Like, what is the deal with this? It's so fucking whack.
Keep it for us.
Nida is the Chicago Chair for American Muslims for Palestine, an organization that teaches
you just got over it,
Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories. She says that while her focus is on a ceasefire in Gaza, the situation is also dire in the West Bank, where her family is from.
Settlers in the West Bank are attacking day in and day out. I just came back. It's bad. Like, it's not safe. Settlers and soldiers can attack any village they want.
Palestinian and Arab American voters have historically voted Democrat, but the party has lost support for arming Israel's war on Gaza.
Democrats, whether it's Biden or Harris, Democrats failed us big times. They dehumanized us. We are demanding that we are looked at as humans.
Palestinian migration to Chicago began.
What a fucking simple demand, man. What a fucking simple demand. Like, and that it really does boil down to just that simple. It's just that simple. Palestinians want to be viewed as fucking humans. They want their lives to matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally it. That's literally it. I heard you got COVID. Have you tried doubling it and giving it to the next person? I hope not. I hope not. Dude, we were hanging out with such cool people last night, man. Did you guys see on my Instagram I posted? Like, we had such a good fucking group. It would have been such a good week. I'm seriously so fucking bummed out, man. I'm so bummed out. I was hitting it off with the Breakthrough guys like so well. I was trying to convince Kay from Breakthrough News to, like, I was like, y'all stream on YouTube. You do live coverage already. You should, like, they did live coverage at the encampment. I was like, y'all should be on Twitch. Like, y'all should be on Twitch. You know, Grim and I were trying to convince him to join Twitch. And he was like, oh yeah, we should. I was like, yeah, dude. Like, YouTube is like, politically, its heart is right wing. You know, like, leftists are on Twitch. I was like, leftists are on Twitch. You should really, you guys should really invest in that platform. Like, he's like, oh shit, okay. But no, dude, we had a great conversation. I genuinely think I hit it off really well with Kay. It was fun as hell. And then also, like, we met Cerise. I met Cerise for the first time. Cerise and I talked for a long time. I think she's, like, definitely going to be on the podcast. You know, like, that's going to be fucking sick. Also, guys, next week we have a fire podcast coming up, too. Tofu and I, we're bringing back What's Left LA. This time we're going to have David Kim. David Kim will be on the broadcast. So that'll be fucking sick. Congressional candidate in Los Angeles. Anti-imperialist, anti-Zionist, super fucking based. I've known him for a few years. He's really, really good guy. I really like him. And he's gonna... David Kim, yeah. Look at the link here. David Kim for California. So he's running against Jimmy Gomez, who's like a big fat Zionist piece of shit. And this is a really winnable campaign. We'll talk about it all in the podcast next week. I think it's Wednesday. But I'm gonna have him on to talk about his campaign and talk about what it's like to run a campaign against an AIPAC supported candidate, and talk about Congress and like what are congressional seats and how can we win them and shit like that, you know? David's great. I'm not gonna lie. I really like David. I think it's gonna be cool as hell. And then after that, we're gonna get. I think not confirmed at all, but I'm trying to get Cerise for next week, the week after that. I mean,
in the 1890s.
And if you guys don't know Cerise Castle, by the way, if you've ever heard somebody say the phrase "Google LESD gangs," Cerise broke that story. Yeah, so Cerise broke the story of gangs in the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. So she's like a fucking icon, dude. She's an incredible investigative reporter.
During a time of broader migration from the Middle East to the US. Most of the early Palestinian immigrants were men who...
Are you boosted? I have one boosted. I have one booster, and yes, I have symptoms.
Would come to work in the US.
That's why I tested.
Traveling back and forth between Chicago and Palestine. But when that became more difficult in the 1930s and 40s, they started buying property and opening shops. After the 1948 Nakba, where Zionist militias forced over 750,000 Palestinians from their homes, the families of the men who had come to Chicago made their way to the US too.
When I grew up in the 70s and 80s, the vast majority of the Palestinian community lived in Southwest Chicago proper.
Hatem Abu Daya is an organizer with the U.S. Palestinian Community Network.
But in the last 20 years or so, they've really all moved out to the southwest suburbs.
I hear good things about Paxlovid. I have two. I'm trying to get it tomorrow. I'm really trying to get it tomorrow.
Hatem says the Palestinian community moved to the suburb of Bridgeview, Illinois, and created Little Palestine.
We were able to buy a lot of property, be able to buy businesses, able to buy homes, establish like a real hub here.
Now, around 85,000 Palestinians are estimated to live in the Chicago metro area, the largest Palestinian community in the country.
There's Heal Palestine.
He's also a spokesperson for the coalition to march on the DNC.
People still lose their taste and smell. I haven't, no.
An affiliation of at least 150 organizations planning to protest Israel's ongoing genocide.
We have three main demands. One is end USA to Israel, stop the genocide, and stand with and free Palestine. Those are the broad demands. But the goals are for the world to see that Palestine
I'm so pissed, dude. I wish I could be at a protest.
Support.
Even though Joe Biden is no longer the Democratic candidate, the coalition says it has the same demands for Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is a part of this administration. She's in the leadership of the administration. These policies are her policies. And we haven't seen anything or heard anything from her to believe that she's going to have a different position.
Hatem says while some may fear...
Yeah, Craig, actually, this is a crazy story. In 2020 in May, I got COVID. And Becca and I were just like driving to like Dodger Stadium and doing the tests in the car. Just because you were like, that's what you're supposed to do. Literally, we were just like, whatever, we'll go get tested just in case. Never had any symptoms. They called me 9 days after my test and told me it was positive. Becca never tested positive, ever. I never had any symptoms the first time I had it.
Second Trump presidency, his focus is on the DNC because Democrats are the ones in power.
If the Republicans were in party and Trump was already the president and this genocide was going on, then that would have been the event of the season.
No, not false positive. The
thousands
doctor,
going-
like they were like, they were the people, the doctors I spoke to were like, false positive almost never happens. Like they were like, it's like almost impossible. Like there's like a very, 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 very small chances of false positive, but it's never. Like they're like, if they detect it, yeah, like it's way harder for them to detect something that isn't there than it is for them to miss something that's there. You know what I mean? It's like a false negative, those happen, but false positives are pretty rare. Even my test I took today was like, if it comes out positive, like you might not be. Like you don't need to retest. Like if the test comes positive, and I don't know if you can still see. I don't know if you can still see, but here. Fuck. Go bigger. Bigger. Okay, can you see it? Not really. That's too bright. I don't know. It's a fucking double line, dude. It's there. It's definitely there. Pissed as I am, dude. You get Paxlovid, you have to go to a fucking doctor. I'm going tomorrow. I've been wearing masks, Craig. I literally isolated for a whole day before the DNC. And then I wore a mask on the whole flight and all of the airport. I wore a mask on the Uber. Like, you know what I mean? I fucking masked I was literally masking so much.
There. But the
next time we get a KN95, I know.
The reason they're here is because the Democrats are in power, because Biden is the one who's complicit, and Kamala Harris and Blinken, all of the top Democrats in this country are responsible. They are complicit in the genocide. They have blood on their hands, and they're the ones that allow it to happen.
But the only lines I care about are made of cocaine. Poo Sama, who the fuck are you, brother? I have no idea what Poo Sama is like in real life, and I love him. Poo Sama is the king or queen or whatever. I don't know, but I literally have nothing. I can't imagine a single thing about him.
This isn't the first time.
Oh yeah, he's Kaya. I forgot.
Anti-war demonstrators have protested a DNC hosted in Chicago. In 1968, an estimated 10,000 people protested the Vietnam War at the convention. Chicago police injured and arrested hundreds. While protesters were being rounded up by the police, the crowds chanted, "The whole world is watching."
This is the event of the season. The entire
How'd the protests go tonight? People got brutalized, mass arrested. It lasted like 2 hours. After literally 2 hours, it started at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m., every person was arrested.
Watching, they're going to see the biggest protest for Palestinian rights ever in the history of Chicago.
A week before the 2024 DNC, we found this art and rhythm build where organizers were practicing chants and building drums.
Can you tell us what you're doing here today?
Creating ruckus for the DNC.
So we came together tonight to make instruments, decorate them, and then, yeah, get ready to bring the rhythm with our contingent.
Well, the truth is, the Democrats have always sold themselves as, the party of the working class, and they never have represented us. We know Kamala isn't going to represent the working class. She's proven it with her track record. So just because it's a brown face in a high place, it doesn't mean anything to us.
I've seen too many dead children, broken up families to ever think about checking a box near the Democratic Party on the ballot.
Corporate Democrats or corporate Republicans are one and the same. They are both funded by AIPAC.
Yo, Maple Takes Raiders, welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for the raid, bro. Hope you guys had a good stream.
Lobbies, corporations, they really don't represent the American voice.
We'll continue to march, organize, and raise hell until we get an arms embargo and a permanent ceasefire.
Even those within the Democratic Party have criticized the administration.
The Biden administration absolutely let us down by unconditionally supporting Israel's genocide.
Abdel Nasser Rashid is Illinois' first ever Palestinian American state representative. He grew up in Little Palestine.
What you see in Little Palestine is a really real community cohesion. People know each other, it is a tight-knit, people care about each other, people look out for each other.
Abdel Nasser says he believes most Americans...
Saw the tweet earlier. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I deleted it. It just felt weird, like, talking about medical shit on Twitter. I don't know why. Every time I checked it and I saw, like, I was like, this makes me feel icky, and I just deleted it. I'm not gonna be going out. I definitely owe people an explanation as to, like, why I'm not on the streets tonight and, like, doing the shit that I really, really fucking want to be doing. Like, I really, really wanted to be bringing you guys that coverage and showing you guys that perspective. You know, I love to do that. It's my favorite part of having this community. But is what it is, you know.
Americans want the U.S. to act differently.
The Biden administration has enacted policies that go against what the average American wants. The average American wants us to use.
Do you owe folks an explanation? I mean, yeah. If I'm like, I'm not like saying I'm like, you know, I'm not like apologize. It's not like I'm like fucking doing a fucking YouTube apology video, you know. But I'm like, oh shit, dude, I should order Cafecito tomorrow. But I am like sad, and I've been hyping up these streams for so long, and it would have been fucking cool. Like, yeah, like of course it sucks, like, you know. But yeah, I'm not gonna fucking go out to a protest right now. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was just like, oh, whoop. All right, we're going to the break. You know what I mean? Like, that could never be me, dude. Like, I actually do take this shit seriously.
Dollars to have.
I would never do that.
To provide better healthcare, to provide affordable housing, to tackle climate change, not to send more bombs, more U.S.-made weapons to Israel that then get dropped on civilians throughout Gaza.
But he says that the convention and a new candidate might be an opportunity for change.
I think
oh man,
the fact that
extend your stay in Chicago for socialism, dude. I used to go to socialism, Kinokoto. I used to go to socialism every year when I lived here, like 2013, 14, 15, 16. It was so fucking fun, dude. That's such a cool conference. If you guys live in Chicago, trust me, do it.
President Biden.
Make sure you spray it where that test landed. It's very dry and it landed on the carpet. It's fine.
Withdrew from the race, and now
it sucks, but an estimated 1 in 35 have it right now. Damn, really? That's crazy.
Vice President Harris is the Democratic nominee. Gives us an opening.
Is this the same Marxism that's in Hassan's chat a lot? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, welcome in. You want to see what I look like under the mask? Yeah, that's me. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. We stream here. We do politics, movie nights, a lot of like deep dives into political topics. Protest coverage on the ground, IRL shit. We hang out. It's fun. We got a really beautiful and great community here. It's awesome. You're gonna love it if you come back around another time. All the new people in here, you gotta understand. I'm not on my A game right now. You know what I mean? This shit gets so much better. This shit gets so much better.
An opening.
It lagged, so I didn't get to see. I didn't show it. Here, look. This is me. This is me, chat. Face reveal. That's weird to say, but, what up? Come back another time for sure.
To truly engage with young people, with people of color, with progressives across the country, not to mention, of course, the Arab and Muslim community who want to see a transformational change. A fundamental break from the policies of our government that have supported genocide.
For the residents of Little Palestine, the first step a Kamala Harris administration must
You have pretty eyes? Oh, thank you, Shauna.
take is straightforward.
To start with, we need to stop funding the genocide. We need to cease fire, and we need to feed the people in Gaza.
But organizers say they're seeing...
When did Palestinians start coming to America? They talked about it at the beginning of this, and this is pretty specifically about the Chicago group, but it was like in like the 20s and 30s. Like before Israel was even a thing.
A change in how Israel's occupation of Palestinians is viewed by the world.
People recognize it's not just an issue of stop killing Palestinians, it's end the occupation and end the colonization and allow Palestinians to return to their homes. And that's the only way that you can bring peace to the entire region.
How do you feel about the new ticket? You mean Kamala Waltz? I mean, we barely have any policy from them, even still, which is very annoying and alarming. If you want to,
My name is George Cheedy.
Those with head straps fit better. Yeah, I know. I don't have a KN95 and shit. I know. I should. That's probably why I got fucking got. Probably why I got got. Okay, I meant to cover this earlier, but we kind of skipped through it. And before we go to this, which is Channel 5 at the protest we were at yesterday, which is kind of fucking crazy. Before we get to that, I did want to cover this. So this is the group, this anti-imperialist resistance, behind enemy lines, like is their branding. I don't know if that's the name of their group or what, but essentially, the internet blows here. We should be back. We should be back. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay. So this group organized this protest tonight. They were like, you know, saying we're gonna like really fight the cops and like, you know, we're gonna go save Gaza tonight and shit, which is fine and good. But there was a little bit of a situation yesterday. If you guys didn't notice, we were at the protest. I covered this on my stream. I was looping. It was dope. Yeah, anybody make a beat or something? Also, if it just keeps effing, I'll just fucking go offline and we can talk about this tomorrow. I'm done. I'm pretty done. Anyway, let's read this. Yesterday, move. What was the march on DNC and what will it take to challenge the death and Nakba coronation? The DNC death and Nakba coronation. Yesterday, thousands of people marched near the United Center, well short of organizers' goals of 25,000. The march opened with hours of speeches, followed by a march policed by the CPD working closely with the organizers. The coalition deployed hundreds of high-vis vest peace police to militantly ensure that the march didn't effectively challenge the convention. In the course of the march, these peace police physically assaulted behind enemy lines volunteers on multiple occasions, while attempting to push us out of the march and linked arms against any groups of people attempting to move the march towards the DNC. This is cap. I'm sorry. This is fucking cap. I don't think, like, I saw there was like physical altercations, but most of the violence that I saw was by this group. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's cap, and that's just a like not a that's not a truthful way to represent that. At the moment when the march could have been diverted closer to the convention, organizers used their bullhorn to demand that organizers go out of the streets and into the park. Most damningly, when some brave protesters actually broke through the barricades that separated the protests from the people they were protesting, the protest organizers led the march away from the downed barricade, both abandoning an opportunity to confront the people responsible for the genocide and abandoning the most defiant of the protesters to be arrested. If you are satisfied with what happened yesterday, if you believe that a message was sent to the DNC by the city-approved and peace-policed march, then stay home tonight. If you think the people of Palestine require more, be at the Israeli consulate